Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into episode number 4 of Playing with House Money present the Frat House, brought to you officially by College Football Nation. I am the head of the SGC, Iceman. Find me on Twitter at Iceman_1013. And this guy right here is our resident Frat House President, DJ Prue, at PrueBaby10. How you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing good, man. You know, it's always a party at the Frat House. I might have to I'm gonna have to bring out my inner Van Wilder. Now that I'm thinking about it, how that didn't hit me the last few weeks. But yeah, I'm getting a little on the old side for a frat president. But hey, I'll take it. We're always down for a couple keg stands and some fucking ragers. So
always. How are you? How are we looking? What have we got? Friday night lights. We got any good games tonight?
I mean, I wouldn't say good necessarily. Honestly, only because of who it is. But I do have one game that I am kind of leaning towards. It's Utah against Arizona State, both 4-1. Utah hasn't really looked that good in any of these games, though. To be honest with you, they're not scoring a ton, even with the bad teams they've seen. And Arizona State's kind of been hanging with almost everybody, and they've been scoring relatively the same amount of points, anywhere between 20 and 30. So I really like this matchup simply because the books are leaning towards the ranked Utah. And with seeing what they've done, I mean, obviously, don't get me wrong, Utah definitely should, is the better team on paper, and they should be the favorite in this. But I really, really like Arizona State's chances for an upset, and not even that, just to keep it a close game in general. And they got the line at 4.5.
With Utah, FanDuel have it at 6.5.
I love it. I love it. Honestly, I did check. This was some hours ago, so it very well may have changed everywhere. And I still don't care. 6.5 is that's kind of crazy though. I'd love that. Is that at -110? It's going to be close.
Minus 118. Yeah.
Love it. So so then if that's the case, I love -6.5. I love +6.5, and I love +4.5 for Arizona State.
Yeah.
If you want to do like a little bit of an alt, get better odds, you might even you'll probably get plus money. You'll probably get plus money for 4.5. Won't be too great.
Yeah, it's moved to 5.5 on DraftKings. For -108 at +5.5 for Arizona State.
Yeah. I'll definitely take my chances at doubling my money at that 4.5.
Yeah. Arizona State +4.5 on the alt, if you're on FanDuel, is -102. So
that's weird.
Yeah.
I guess because it's not even a full field goal. Well, yeah, no, it is though. It's 5 and 8. I mean, that's weird. Yeah, for a full field goal, it's still only getting the. Hey, I don't care. Honestly, I mess around and flirt with the money line. To be honest with you, college football's been insane.
Yeah, that's fair.
That, and then I don't like too much in this game. I won't lie. I don't like stretching and reaching for especially these matchups. But I do like Cam Skatibo. I will not be able to say that 5 times fast. But his anytime touchdowns -115 on DraftKings. So I really like those. Those are probably the only 2 legs that kind of popped out to me.
If you are gonna mess around and take the money line, then take the money line on DraftKings.
What's that at?
It's +180 on DraftKings. It's +176 on Arizona for Arizona State on FanDuel. So not a huge difference, weird. But
the discrepancies of the two. That's crazy because you have 6.5, or that's insane. Whatever. Yeah, that's why. See, the house don't make no damn sense, and we're gonna try to take advantage of it.
Yep, that's exactly where it is.
So those are the only two.
Take the money line on DraftKings and take the +6.5 on FanDuel.
Yeah,
is the way you play it to cover your bases there. Just if you are gonna.
Yeah, for sure. And then Skatibo. Anytime I'm gonna play straight. I mean he's like one of the few guys that's like almost every week for them. So I do like those 2 legs. Those are going to be the only 2 props that I'm even really messing with, like the team totals, the over. I think that the total line was at like 44.5 when I checked. Is it still there?
46.5.
Yeah, no, screw that.
45.5 on FanDuel.
Yeah, screw that. It's just that you need me needing too much out of both teams that just have been kind of wishy-washy on the scoring. But
Yeah.
and I mean, to be honest with you, it looks like their defenses have been kind of holding up pretty true. So those are gonna be the only two that I'm looking at for that game, and the only game I'm looking at tonight. Um, but yeah, Saturday we got a redemption. We got a redemption game from somebody I didn't expect to need a redemption game from this early in the season, unless it was a couple weeks ago against an opponent we expect to beat them. But Alabama faces South Carolina. Um, and obviously, as everyone in the world knows,
Early as well. Like it's the early. It's the. I know
I'm gonna
you
say
like
it's
them. You know that you got the Friday night lights get being like the latest of the slate on Friday
yep.
night, and then up nice and early for the what is midday for me, 1 p.m. for you, 1 p.m. kickoff for you, the Alabama game,
11 a.m. I thought.
or 11, other way
Yeah,
around. Yeah,
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 11. Yeah, 11
11 a.m.
a.m. And honestly, dude, I really like Bama in those games specifically because
Yeah,
they're typically so disciplined, and obviously it, a fire under their ass. You lose to Vanderbilt, bro. It's one of those where like they might try to hang 70. Like it's going to be a statement game. Them in South Carolina, obviously, you know, SEC. They always, they always kind of go at it. Even the last like 15 years, it's always been kind of one of those things where people always kind of give South Carolina a little hope. But their team, they're not great, but they're scrappy.
yeah,
So the one thing I will be saying though is I fully expect Bama to put up 40 plus. That's me. Honestly, that might be me being modest. Like they're going to be out for blood. Bama over 34.5 was minus 130. Jumped all of it. 35 points. Honestly, bro, if they don't score 35, they're gonna be doing suicides for the entire week. Like if this game's even like a nail biter, they're probably going to be getting chewed. So I love that. And then obviously, my two favorite guys on Alabama. I got Jalen Milroe, 50 plus rushing yards at minus 160. It's kind of been a give me since the beginning of the season. I mean, even going back to last season, it's been a give me. And then we're going with the 17-year-old phenom, which obviously
yeah,
I don't know if I enjoy watching him play or if I don't, because it's just like, bro, at
yeah,
17, that was not. And I consider myself I was pretty good at 17 though. For him to be doing this to grown men at a place like Alabama, Ryan Williams, 70 plus yards at minus 130. I want to say his line's only at 72.5. You really could just go for the minus 110. But I figured, hey, what? Why even try to press it? Knowing my luck, the 17-year-old a trip on his shoelaces 1 yard short or something. But the kid's incredible. For just his line has skyrocketed since the Georgia game, but
yeah.
he's definitely one of those guys he's getting the targets. He's a prime option in that offense now that he's off and rolling. I really like the 70 plus at minus 130, especially for this game against South Carolina. That I honestly, dude, Bama might start like roar, like they might start literally like salivating at the mouth in the tunnel. They probably could not wait for another game day to get that taste out of their mouth. So I really do expect this to be a one-sided affair. Those three legs altogether, I only got plus 296 the other day, but I think my DraftKings was kind of like not adjusting correctly.
Yeah.
It should be somewhere close to plus 400, but if I get anything even plus 296, I'm taking those three all day. And
Yeah.
I'll probably kind of mess around with a lot of Bama lines, honestly, because I fully expect this to be a dog walk. Like if they don't answer, I don't know. I'm gonna be disappointed for them, and I'm saying I might write them off, even though I shouldn't. like, dude, Vandy, bro. Like, come on. So tomorrow's gonna be a statement. And then we got the Red River Rivalry. Everybody loves the Red River Rivalry. Obviously, I love saying it, if you can't tell.
That you can say 5 times fast.
I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, I mean, obviously, number one, Texas. Quinn Evers is back, which kind of honestly made me choose these three legs that I went with specifically because of just his game log and how those games went. But, against Oklahoma, it's obviously, tempers are flaring. Everybody wants to win that on both sides. And it's definitely a bragging rights type of game. It's one of those bragging rights type of rivalries. Shout out to Caleb Williams for his first ever start. And, that was in the Red River. And I really don't like too much on Oklahoma right now against that Texas team, to be honest with you. But I couldn't really kind of go lopsided on too many guys with Texas either, because they do spread the ball out. I like Isaiah Bond, receiver, 60+ receiving yards, -125. I really like that. He's lightning in a bottle, for one thing. And then two, he's also the guy that gets the volume for them as well. So I really like that 60+ for -125. And then Matthew Golden, 40+ yards at -115. I'm gonna keep it real cheap. 40 yards for a college receiver is 2-3 catches, and really one of them is what he got the 38 to 44 with. So it's like, I really love that. And I do expect Texas to come out high tempo, take a lot of shots, early on in their drives. I think you'll see a lot of first down shots from Texas too. Once they get, 1 or 2 first downs, I think you'll see a lot of shots come first and second down. And then an anomaly for Texas is their running backs, simply because it's not typically yards and like volume that you want to look at just on the ground for them. It's really touchdowns, because neither of them are really getting, a ton of yards. So I did realize that Jaden Blue lately is the guy he's getting a lot of the goal line. He's getting a lot of touchdowns too for them. And yeah, for anytime touchdown, -160 isn't great for a touchdown, but it is college. And I mean, Texas is true to their identity. They don't throw too many crazy plays at you once you're inside the 10 and inside the 20, but you never know. I do think they'll try to keep Quinn Evers at like his volume at a minimum as well. So I really do love him to get into the end zone again. And those three legs, bro, +440. I'm not asking a lot. I'm asking for a solid game out of Evers, solid game out of Texas, and for their big back to get into the end zone again. So +440 for those 3 legs. I'm all over it.
Like, just to give you some, like, that golden line, he's hit that in 4 out of his last 5 games.
I was going to say every game this year except for 1.
And the one that he missed, he got 34. So he's
and
right
what week
around
was that?
3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
I want to say that was the game Evers got hurt.
Might have been week 3.
I'm almost positive it's the game that Evers got hurt. And
looks like,
and Arch came in, and then they were heavy on the run when he came in, and obviously, I mean, he only needed I think it was 4 or 5 plays for 4 touchdowns or whatever it was. So it was like he didn't really need the volume anyway. So
it was that game. Yeah, it was that game, and Texas were already up. They were up 21 points.
Yeah,
Started the second quarter. So
and then Arch touched the ball 3 times and scored 3 times. So it was like you didn't even need to be throwing the ball. And so I mean, there's definitely circumstances for that, but he's their stem route guy. He runs a lot of their stem routes, and then back shoulder stuff, and so I really do like that 40+. We're not asking a lot. It's just he just doesn't have a lot of volume. But this is a game where I don't expect it to be an all-out blowout either. I expect them to at least have to keep passing through 3. So yeah, I love that. And then for +440, come on, sign me up.
I will take it. I personally won't take it, obviously. Don't have the player props, so I will have to take some of this.
What's the spread at? What's the spread at?
14.
It was a lot. It was higher than that when I checked too. Honestly, in a game like this, is it at 13.5 or 14.5?
On DraftKings, it's bang on 14 with the push, and FanDuel is 14.5.
Give me the push. I'll take +14 in the Red River Rivalry. Let's be honest, Evers we don't really know if he's going to be 100% for the next couple weeks. To be honest with you, I feel like he was going to be out a little longer. I thought if Arch played well enough, he wouldn't even come back. So that's definitely a shout out to Sark for looking out for his guys. He's going to be a high draft pick, but I don't know how you would have turned back to anybody after seeing how Arch played. But yeah, I like the 14. I like the 14 with the push. Oklahoma always gives them a good game, and it's a rivalry. So, and obviously, I mean, hey, fuck, if Vanderbilt can beat Bama, Oklahoma can keep this shit within 14. So, yeah, I love it. And those are really the only things I'm looking at this weekend, man. I'm not reaching too much. And honestly, a lot of the matchups kind of push me away anyway. So that's what the frat house is on. We're gonna fucking throw a kegger. We're gonna throw a rager right after. So
yes, we are. No, I'll probably find something. The Oklahoma plus 14 and then Alabama over 35 points. Find a way. I did this last time where I added the Friday night as well, and then I had to place it again on Saturday morning, and it's the Saturday stuff cashed. So
I'm here to tell you right now. Do not add that Friday game, because both of those teams, you don't know who's going to show up, and even I don't even care if it's a shootout. I'm just going to tell you that you should have played the two legs by themselves. Do not add that Friday game if you are going to do the Saturday slate.
Yeah.
We want smart money.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff, bro.
And then push Bama to fucking 40 over 40. We don't.
Yeah. Take the over 40 plus 14.
Yep.
I love some kind of
that negative correlation. Yeah, that negative correlation. Yeah. I like it, because obviously they're giving up points. So,
well, that's it. That's what we got for Friday and Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And just we've got there will be no SGC this weekend. It's international break. Although, again,
how many damn internet?
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't make this shit up.
Yeah, the books need a break from you anyway. The books need a break from you anyway. So
I mean, I hate international break, and then I cashed at 800 and plus 1800 on Thursday.
Talk your shit.
So needed it though. It was don't get me wrong. Like it's been a great week for me on the gridiron. Like cashed a few of my random back-to-back random touchdown scorers.
You're damn right. Shout out the youngest Hayward brother. Holy hell.
Yep. Plus 3,000 anytime, and then he got the first touchdown at plus 10,000 as well that a few of the guys took. So
yeah, I was sick to my stomach. I missed that shit. I was sick to my stomach.
Yeah. So yeah, like that's been good to me. Like the SGC did not. Let's be honest, it didn't. It was due a bad weekend because September was great to us. Yeah. September was very good to us for the SGC. Plus 11, 12 units at the end of September for the month. So we were due to start off, go a little bit negative, have some regression this month. But yeah, like that international break is actually first day of international break actually pulled us back. So not the worst time to have a break and just play it pretty gentle this weekend on the SGC. So nothing crazy. And then back at it next week.
For the other two, for us missing the other two, you guys can blame me. I had a personal win, in my personal life. So
yes, we did. Celebrate that.
So we didn't have too much time. I've been celebrating with family and friends and whatnot. So we're back at it next week. But shout out to College Football Nation. And we wanted to make sure that everybody knew the party was still at the frat house. So
yes, it is. So join us next week, back at the frat house, and next Thursday we'll be back with playing with house money as well. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Later.